Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're playing Same Zifference. Yep, I'm mispronouncing it deliberately. It's not same difference, it's same Zifference, and you'll understand why in a moment when we take a look at the puzzle. Now, I'm conscious that today's puzzle is on a Monday, and it feels a little bit harsh for me to be featuring a difficult puzzle, but that's actually exactly what I'm doing. This is a 2-star difficulty puzzle, but I just couldn't resist. For a couple of reasons. One, this puzzle has a staggering 98% rating on Logic Masters Germany. We really don't have many puzzles that come along, and after still a week or two, it is still rated over 95%. So I imagine we're in for quite the treat. The other reason why I couldn't resist featuring it so promptly is it is yet another variant rule set, and it seems like we're just, presenting new rule sets for you guys every other day at this point. And the twist here is it's almost zipper lines, but not quite zipper lines. Let's take a look at the puzzle. Well, actually, just before that, question, a comment on the thumbnail. So trying to represent same difference was quite difficult. So I went with, let's draw a detective and a sleuth. And there you go. Same thing, same difference. That's what we have today. Let's take a look at the puzzle. Whoops. Let's make sure there is actually something that's being presented. Excuse me. There you go. And we're back. So we have Same Zifference by Marty Sears and a following set of rules. So first off, normal Sudoku rules apply. So that means place the digits 1 to 9. No repeats in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box, such as the one I have highlighted here, and you can see 9 of them throughout the grid outlined with these thicker black lines. And this is the twist that we have today, a zipper line. So zipper lines are zipper lines with a difference. They're almost cousins. Along a zipper line, each pair of digits that are the same distance from the line's central spot have the same difference. This difference value appears on the line's central spot. So you can see, essentially in box 5 here, we have that central spot of all of these lines. So this ziffer line here, the central spot is there in, cell 1 of box 5. And what it's saying is these two cells, which are the same distance away from the central cell of that line, so these two cells have a difference. Let's go with 4 and 1. And the difference here would be placed in the center. And whatever that center digit is, now all the other pairs have to show a difference that adds up. Well, a difference that adds up to 3, that doesn't make sense. A difference of 3. So for example, I could have 5 and 2, clearly not in the center. I could do, I don't know, have I used 7 and 4? Yes, I've used the 4. So 4 and 7, that would also work. I could do 8 and 5. And this would be a valid fill for a ziffer line. Although clearly, we need to figure out all of these ziffer lines. So, last rule that we have is a black dot. Digits separated by the black dot are in a 1 to 2 ratio, with essentially one being double of the other. So we only have 2 such cells that are separated by a black dot. And it means if this is a 3, for example, this has to be in a 1 to 2 ratio. That could be a 6. If that was a 4, that could be one of 2 options, 2 or 8, because they're in a 1 to 2 ratio. So if you're not intimidated by everything that I just showed you, I'm only just seeing it. With the lines, you could almost say it's almost like a CPU. Kind of with sort of these being the pins and then these being different circuits coming off them. Not sure why I went for same difference, but I guess it's much more apt for the name. Link will be in the description down below for you to play along as usual. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock. So I think I can immediately place a digit in seconds in this, and I will. And I'll explain my thinking why in a moment. This cell here in box 5 is the only one that is not the center digit of a Ziffer line, and therefore must be a 9. And let me explain that. For me to get to a difference of 9, I need to have a 10, which I can't even write, and a 1, or a 9 and 0, essentially digits that are not valid under Sudoku rule sets. So 9s can never be on the center of a Ziffer. And I'm actually thinking this is almost the way to go about solving it is, if you think about 8 for a second, 8 can only be done one way, which is a 9 and 1, or a 1 and 9. And that's almost essentially the way to sort of think about this puzzle. I know, as I sort of spent a little bit of time drawing, it means that generally my subconscious kind of thinks about it a bit. So I do have a bit of an advantage in that I have kind of an intuition about where to go next. But let's continue with this line of thinking. So no 9s on any of these. 8s are going to be restricted. And 8s, I can only ever place 1 and 9 on them. It's almost like, which center can I put it on? So if I try this, for example, and think through this one, I'm pretty sure that won't work because I need 1 and 9, 1 and 9. Let's just go with that. And then I'm stuck. Because then I still have 2 more cells in each box that have to be made up of something that isn't 1 and 9 that will also still pair up and give me a difference of 8. So the Ziffer line that has the 8 on it has a maximum of 2 cells in the same box, the 1 and the 9, and nothing else will do. So I can't have an 8 on this one, can't have an 8 on here. I mean, I think the black dot sort of eliminates it, but obviously because all 4 are in the same box, even if I can put 1 and 9 on here, which I can't, what would these 2 cells be? So I'm looking essentially for a Ziffer line that has only 2 of them in the same box. So no, 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 we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that doesn't work. Same, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that doesn't work. That actually works because they're in different boxes. So I could do something like this on here, although realistically it would actually have to be 1, 9, 1, 9. But before I commit, let me just make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, that doesn't work. 1, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that doesn't work. Yeah, that doesn't work. That's all of them. That's the 8. That's a 1, that's a 9, that's a 1, that's a 9. More digits. 7. So 7 is... This is going to run out of steam very quickly because you can see with 7 I can do 9 and 2, 1 and 8. So essentially I can have 4 cells in the same box and it's going to be fine. So this center, I'm actually half tempted as I keep going around counting these multiple times. It's just, how about I actually put what the maximum is in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a 5. That doesn't work for 7. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That doesn't work for 7 either. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That actually could work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That won't work. Pretty sure this one won't either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this is going to be one of the hardest ones to complete. So 7 could be in either of these 2 spots. And the composition of this would be essentially 1, 9, 2, 8 in these cells. And immediately this one doesn't work because we've got 1 and 9 in the same box. So I'm not going to be able to get the digits 2 and 8, 2 digits only, in 4 different cells. So that's not 7. This is 7. And these are 1, 2, 8, 9, 1, 2, 8, 9. These are not 1 and 9. So that's the second cell. There'll be 8 minus 1, or 2 and 9. That'll be 1 and 9. This is 8 and 9. This is not 8 or 9 anymore. And therefore this is 1 or 2 are eliminated. And then I have plenty of options in here, unfortunately. See, the problem is this grows very rapidly. So if I think about the digit 6 for a moment, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options, which means I can place it in here, in there, in there, in here, in there. It's just, like I suspected, this is going to run out of steam very quickly. It's not that restricted once you get that low. Not that 6 is a low digit, but I mean, black dot. So I don't have 1, 2, and 8. I've already pencil marked them in box 2. Which means this is not a 1, 2 pair. It's not a 2, 4 pair. 2 is not available. It's not a 4, 8 pair. 8's not available. This can only be 3 and 6, which is a difference of 3. And therefore 3, 6, 3. I still have 3 more digits in here, which is 4, 5, and 7. Well, the 7's not here because of Sudoku. So 7, take away 3 is a 4. That's a 4, 7 pair. That's a 5. Sorry, ignore the corner pencil marks here. They're just so I don't have to keep counting cells over and over again. You're going to get bored of seeing me do that. Feels like I made such an excellent start, and then I'm not really sure where to next. Sudoku, maybe? I mean, such as 1 and 9, 1 and 9. 1 and 9 are not in here. 1 and 9 are in there. I can't have 1 and 9 in these 2 cells, because that would make a difference of 8, which I've already placed in box 5. So one of these is 1 and 9 with a partner that is not 1 or 9, and that therefore this is 1 or 9, plus the second one, plus whatever this is. So I may have to think about 6s for a second again. I really didn't want to, because like I said, I think there are too many places where a 6 would work. So I said a 6 could be 6 different digits. 1, 7, 1, 7, that's 2, 2, 8, 3, 9. So 6 digits. So it can't go in this cell. Can't go in this cell. Helpfully, Sudoku tells me it can't go in this cell. So 6 is one of these 2 cells. And I kind of think it can't be this one, because I've eliminated the 1s and 9s. So the options were 1, 7, 2, 8, 3, 9. Then if I eliminate 1 and 9, I've got 4 digits in 5 cells, and that clearly doesn't work. So 6 can't be here, 6 has to be there. And then these digits are 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Although the fact that 1 and 9 are eliminated from here, that means it's not a 1-7 pair. It could be a 2-8 pair. And it's not a 3-9 pair. So this is actually forced to be 2-8. And once I place a 2-8 in box 3, I can't repeat it. Because, yeah, the two pairs on here, let me show this with colors. So essentially, because these colors are in the same box, one of these is a 2-8 pair and it's blue. One of these is a 1-7 pair. I don't know which one it is. And one of these is a 3-9 pair. So I can see there is no 3 in here, meaning one of these is the 3, one of these is the 9. And then one of these is the 1-7 pair. Actually, the fact that this is a 9 tells me no 9s in here. That's a triplet, 1, 2, 8. We'll come back to that in a second. Let's just finish this before I complicate things, which I often do. So this is not a 7. So I think I can have 7 on any of the others. And then I can have 1s on the opposite, like that. Except, I just said I have a triplet of 1, 2, and 8. So that's not a 1. Therefore, that's not a 7. And I actually have a 1-3 pair and a 7-9 pair. Look at that. That's very careful construction by Marty. Where was I going with this though? So I was saying 1, 2, 8. We've got almost everything on row 3. To complete row 3 now, we need a 4 and a 5. Yeah. That's gonna hugely restrict what goes in here. Because 4s and, 5 in particular. Because the maximum I can have as a difference between 5 is 5 and 1 would be 4, or 5 and 9 would be 4. So this is now a maximum of 4. And I've already placed the 3, so that's 1, 2, 4. And I guess I can still get to 4 because 4 and 8 would get me to 4. So 4 is a valid option in here, but it's a maximum option. This is not a 5 either. So the 5s, it's actually time for me kind of to remove the corners. So 5 is one of these two cells. I kind of want to look at it, but I also don't want to look at it. I just want to sort of, before I do so, I just want to make sure that I've gotten everything out of this that I want. I don't think there is any other triplets or quadruples. 5 is not in there because we pencil marked it, so 5 is in here. So what do we have? We've got 1, 2, 8, 9, 4, 5. These 3 cells are from 6, 7, and 3. Well, this is 3 or 6. This is 3, 6, 7 with a 7 for sure. So I have in here, I want to say 5, 6, 3 because that's the loose digits, but presumably, yeah, because I've got a 1, 3 pair. So 1 is not in there. 1 is in one of these 3 cells. So I could have 5, 3, 6, and presumably an 8 as well in here. It's not 9. It's not 1. It could also be 2. So This is just way too messy to pencil mark. I'm not sure I'm going to go down this route. Yeah, I'll leave that alone. Actually, before I look at 5s, here is something. 9s in these two boxes means 9 is up here. It's not in these two columns. Because of the 7-9 pair, it's not this row. This is the only 9 in box 2. That's a 9. And therefore its pair, that's a 2. That's an 8. That's a 1. That's a 9. That's a 2. That's an 8. Digits. Lovely, lovely digits. That's a 1. Right, so we don't have 8 in here anymore, or the 2. So we have 5, 3, 6. I did say 5, not 3. And it can't be 3. I've got a 1-3 pair. This is a 5-6 pair. And therefore this is the 3. This is not 3. This is a 6-7 pair. 5-6 in here. I have a second 2-8, which is not in the same column as this 2-8. So that's a 2-8. And this digit I should be able to place. It is a 4. Right, let's have a think about 5s again. I think I've put this off for as long as I really can. I'm not sure there is more Sudoku to be done. I mean, one of these is an 8, but six is in here. Not sure. All right, we're talking about 5s now. So pairs of 5s, that's too many. 2, 7, 3, 8. 4, 9. There's 8 of them. 8 digits. So let's try 5 in here. So I can't do 1, 6, that's eliminated. Can't do 2, 7, that's eliminated. Can't do 3, 8, that's eliminated. Can't do 4, 9. Right, that was easier than I expected. That's not a 5. That's the only place the 5 can be. No. Oh yeah, it can't be here because Sudoku eliminates these two. It's one of these. We've just shown because of this pair that sees the 1, the 2, the 8, and the both 4 and 9. This is the only one that can be a 5. Which is helpful because now I need the 1 and 9. I need something that is taken away to get to 5. So if it's a 9, this is a 4. If it's a 1, that's a 6. And that means there's also kind of another 1, 9 in here, which is either a 1 or a 9, just Sudoku. And therefore, if this is the 9, that's the 4. If that's the 1, that's the 6. It's actually trickier than you might think. Why am I saying that? Because what was very helpful about this Ziffer line is that 5 of them were in the same box. So I could actually color them and match them like you saw me do earlier. But it's not the same here. So thankfully this can't be 1, 9 because they're the... Actually, yeah, this is quite restricted. It's not 1, 6 because the 1 is here. It's not 4, 9 because the 9 is there. So this is from 2, 3, 7, and 8. And it's not 2, 3 in this cell. It's 7 or 8. And therefore, this is 2 or 3. And in fact, this is not 7 or 8 either. This is 2, 3. And yeah, it can't, presumably it can be 4-6. What stops it from being 4-6? Because it requires a 1-9 on here, and it can't be. The 1-9 has to be down there. So this is not 4-6, it's not 1-9. It's definitely 2-3 because 7 and 8 are in the column, and this is 7 or 8. I don't know if that was comprehensible, if I'm honest. I may actually have to sort of repeat that logic again. So these are all the pairs of the 5s. Because of Sudoku, we knew that the 1 and 9 are down here. And if I do a bit of coloring, I knew that they, well, I mean, this couldn't have been 1 and 9 because we got them there. So we always knew that this has to pair up, because the greens can't be 1 and 9, because the difference would be 8. We need a difference of 5. So one of these has to be 1 and 9. That's the blue one paired up with a 4-6. There's another one in here that's 1 and 9 with another 4-6. Not quite. It sort of looks different because of these Sudoku up here. And then the question becomes, what is yellow and red? Now, red had to be from these two options, because these two are eliminated since 1 and 9 are not available. I couldn't put a 4-6 in any of these because it would require a 1 and 9 as a partner. Now, same statement is true for here. You would think you can put a 4-6 in this yellow cell, but you can't because it would require a 1 or 9 in here, which is seen by Sudoku in the same row. So I think the colors help immensely. And the restriction that this is 2 or 3 is because of the 7-8 up here, which, again, very careful construction by Marty to make all of this somewhat sensible rather than a crazy mayhem of colors and numbers. So 2-3, that's not a 2. This is 1-4 or 6. It's not a 6. That's another 1-4. That's a 6. That's a 1. That's a 4. That's a 9. That 4 gives me the 5, the 4. Can I do any more? The 1-4 pair obviously gives me a 2 in here, so I'll take a look at that in a second. 2-3 pair, 7-8. That's it is the second 7-8 in here. Why am I saying that? Because these 2-3s are different. Therefore, these two 7-8s are different. So there is another 7-8 that's not here because it can see it. It's in one of these two cells. So this is not 1, 2, 3. It could be 4. In fact, it is 4 because I've got 4 eliminated in all of these cells. That's a 4. Then I need a second 7-8. In fact, 4 gives me the 7, the 4. That's the second 7-8. That's another digit that I can place. That's the 5. 2. So I need, I've got so many of these now, so it's not 9-7, it's not 6-8. Could be 5-7 in this order because of this 5. It's not 6-4. Could be 5-3, and again because of this 5, it's 5 or 3. It's not 4-2, and it's not 1-3, and there's no other option. So in every scenario, this is a 5. That's a 6. In the column, I need another 3, 7 down here, because whichever one I place, that's a difference of 2. That works. 3 or 7 in here. If it was a 3, I'd need 1 or 5. I was going to say with 3 it's actually easy, but 7, I'd need 5 or 9, neither of which is available. So if that was a 7, I need a difference of 2. It's 9 or 5. Both see this cell. Again, very careful construction from Marty. So that's 3 and 7. That's now 1 or 5, and it's not 5. That's 1. That's 4. That's 1. That's 3. That's 1. This has to be the 9, the 7. I mean, that's solved as well. 2, 8, 8, 5. I have more digits in here that need to be a difference of 2. That looks quite painful, having to go through all the options again. Maybe this one, because 9, 8, 7. So in here, this could be 6, not 5, not 4, not 1, not 2. Could also be 3. Right, that's a 3-6 pair. Its counterpart is here. If it's a 3, it needs to be 1 or 5. 1 is not available, but 5 unfortunately is. 6, it could be 4 or 8, and neither are available. So that is in fact a 5, a 3. Not 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Wow, we are. It could be 4, not 3. Could be 2, not 1. Not many options here. So a 2 would require a 4, which it isn't. That's a 4. And a 4 could be 2 or 6. It's not a 2. Sorry, it's not a 6. It's a 2. Let me just do that. So, although 9 is available, 7 isn't because it's in the column. No, I'm coloring the wrong one. That was very dangerous. Let's do these two. That's going to probably be easier. Right. So, it's not 9, 7. It's not 8, 6. It's not 7, 5. It could be 6, 4. In fact, highly likely it's 6, 4. Because these three cells are 4, 4, 6, and 9. And because 9 can't have a 7, that can't be the 9, because that can't be a 7. So that's a 4, 6 pair. That's the 9. That's the 7. That's an 8. That's a 7. That's a difference of 2, 3, 8. 4, 6 pair. I mean, the 4 tells me that's the 6. That's the 4. Don't need the colors anymore. I could just fill this in. This is 2. I need 6 and 8. 8, 6 because of this 8. Right. 4 is clearly going to be easier than 1. We've got a 4, which I said had to have an 8, because 4 and 0 are not an option, so that would be the 8. The 5 could be done in one of two ways. It could be a 9, which it isn't. No, it isn't. So it is a 1. And then we're back to tons of options again. So let's try these two first. I will color again. Blue. No. Green. I mean, the fact that they're all in the same box helps, because we know they're going to be unique. Still, it's just tons of options. So, not 9, 5, not 8, 3, 7, 4, no, because she's 7, 3, excuse me. No, because that's 2 3s. 6 2s. Yeah, plausible. 6 and 2. And then 5 and 1, not possible. It is 6 and 2. Really should have been doing these in parallel rather than sort of repeating this again, but oh well. Actually, this is going to be easier. That's 7. Therefore, that's 4 away. That's 3. And this is 5. Yep, 5, 5, not 6. And that's got to be 4 away. It's 1 or 9. 1 is already placed. That's a 9. That's the remaining digit, whatever that is. 4. 7 looks up here. 6, 7. I can lose all these colors. 30 minutes. Goodness me, where did time go? 4 with thankfully something that does actually have a difference of 1. That's a 5. Right, let's just do Sudoku rather than so we need a 3, 3. We need a 2, 2. We need 7, 7. And to finish all of this up, and if I've not made it, well, 6 and 7 is indeed a difference of 1, 6. Wow. Beautiful puzzle, Marty. Stunning puzzle, in fact. I can see why it's got a 98% rating. Certainly deserves it. And yet another twist and another Sudoku variant rule set. So I think spotting the 9 will come to everyone reasonably quickly. As soon as they start sort of playing around with any of these lines, that will come. And then realizing that the 9 is obviously impossible, the 8 would be the most restricted, the 1s and 9s. The 7, again, that was there, and then the 6 was restricted between these two cells, but the 1-9 option was eliminated. So in a way, it's highly logical. I don't think it's going to be unintuitive for most solvers. So I'm really looking forward to reading how everybody got on with it. But thank you so much, Marty, for the puzzle. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the puzzle and the video. And see you back for the next one. Bye for now.